What the hell happened to Paige VanZant? Not too long ago, she was one of the most talked about and hyped fighters in the UFC. And to be fair to Paige, she probably still is today, but for somewhat different reasons. She was ranked 6th in the world in the women's strawweight division in late 2015, and people were actually entertaining the thought of her one day becoming champion. Obviously, this did not happen. Not at all. If anything, people are now questioning whether she should retire. On this episode of Binge Bar, we'll be going over the rise and demise of fan favorite Paige VanZant. Early on in her life, Paige was an avid dancer and had no desire or intentions of becoming a fighter. When she was younger, her family moved to Nevada, and when she was looking for a new dance studio, she happened to stumble upon Ken Shamrock's gym. Yep, the Ken Shamrock. Destiny seemed to take over at this point. Not too long later, Paige made her MMA debut on June 30th, 2012 in UWF's Tournament of Warriors finale against Jordan Nicole Gaza, and she ended up winning the fight via split decision. Her next fight would be against Amber Stasenberger. I totally just butchered that name, but she won again via unanimous decision. The fight after, though, held on January 5th, 2013, Paige saw the other side of the judges' scorecards and got absolutely manhandled by Tashia Torres on the feet. This would be VanZant's first loss in her professional career, but definitely not her last. At the end of the 2013 calendar year, Paige VanZant was one of the 11 women signed by the UFC for its newly created strawweight division. And looking back, I really wonder why Dana White would choose VanZant over a more experienced and polished fighter. Her career before this announcement was mediocre to say the least. I wonder what Dana saw to make him think this woman, is something special. Anyway, moving forward, Paige would go on to make her debut at the young age of 20. That's insane. And ended up TKOing Karan in a fight that would win Fight of the Night honors. Immediately following her fight, she was signed to a sponsorship deal with Reebok, which was quite odd as she only had one UFC fight. Some media outlets said she only received the deal due to her physical attractiveness, but Dana White responded and said it was due to her it factor and personality. Really, Dana? Really? She then went on to defeat Felice Herrig with her superior grappling, and defeated Alex Chambers via arm bar. She was on top of the world, and was looking to become the next big thing. Unfortunately for Paige though, Rose Namajunas put an end to that real quick. Rose submitted Paige in the 5th round of a very one-sided fight. But then the switch kick KO happened, and she was even pushed more than before, almost to Ronda Rousey levels. After that switch kick, her opponent was seeing black, but Dana White, all he was seeing was green. A lot of green. But then again, Michelle Waterson had to put out that fire, or light the fire depending on what way you look at it. Michelle would outclass her on the feet and on the ground, and ended up submitting Paige by rear naked choke. This fight really showed the huge disparity in skill between Paige and the elite fighters in the division. In 2018, she would make her debut at flyweight, facing Jessica Rose Clark, and originally it was supposed to be the other Jessica I. Thankfully for Paige, she pulled out of that one. Wise decision by the young fighter. The fight against Jessica Rose Clark was hard to watch, to say the least. Paige broke her arm in the 2nd round due to a spinning back fist attempt, and the rest of the fight was her just spamming a telegraph switch kick over and over and over and over and over again. She obviously lost the fight, but I gotta say, most fighters would have threw in the towel after an injury of that magnitude, but Paige showed that she's game, and I respect that. Next fight, she would actually defeat an unaspiring Rachel Ostovich via arm bar, but even then she didn't look that impressive. Dana White tried to feed Paige a no-name to lift her up, but yet Paige almost got knocked out in the 1st. Now present day 2020. Dana White, in a last-ditch effort, again tried to feed Paige another no-name in Amanda Ribas, who didn't even have a profile picture on UFC.com at the time of the fight. This time, though, it backfired, as Paige got clowned in 2 minutes and 21 seconds by Ribas. She just didn't look good out there. Well, she did. You know what I mean. Paige is one of the only fighters I've seen that hasn't made any improvements to her game. If anything, she's digressing. I just can't see her fighting again. She's more concerned with looking good on Instagram than she is with looking good in the octagon. She's just too slow and lacks skill in every single department. In the past, her fighting spirit was never a concern, but after watching her last fight, her heart is somewhere else. She's better off pulling a Rousey and pursuing other career paths. You know, maybe we will see her fight again, but instead in the ring against Nikki Bella. Now that's a fight that I know most fans would want to see. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more UFC, MLS, and NHL content. Also, comment down below what type of videos you guys want to see next. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.